Sheriff Paul Babeu, Sheriff of Pinal County, Arizona, joining us now. And Sheriff, there's a big question out there about this whole sanctuary cities and whether or not the federal government, specifically the Obama Justice Department, supports sanctuary cities and is kind of pulling back from dealing with immigration. Do you agree with that?
Well, there's 276 plus sanctuary cities, but in fact, President Obama has really sanctioned this entire country as it's a sanctuary nation when it comes to immigration. We see this murder out in San Francisco. Sadly, this represents just one of thousands and thousands of crimes that happen throughout our country because of a lack of enforcement of the laws on the book when it comes to immigration. And the president's responsible for this.
Well, and actually, to tell you the truth, you get back to the original meaning of what is a sanctuary. A sanctuary is a place where the rules don't apply, and
Correct.
The rules are not being applied with regard to immigration.
Well, if you look at a safe harbor, and it's evidenced in Secretary Jay Johnson's 6-page memo, Obama says on national TV, if illegals have been here for 5 years or more, they're going to get deferred action, when at the very same hour, his Secretary of Homeland Security releases a document directing all 22 agencies under his authority, saying that if they've been here since January of this year, there shall be no action taken against them. And at the same time, release thousands and thousands of criminals that they held in their custody. So this is the president's fault, that all these future crimes that will occur, you don't have to be the sheriff to figure out what's going to happen. You're going to have murders, you will have rapes, you will have armed robbery, burglary, and everything else.
Yeah, we're already having it. Now, let me just ask, as you know, Bill O'Reilly has been pushing the Cates Law provision that would stop a lot of the sanctuary city stuff. He had on last night, Bill O'Reilly did, the parents of Kate, the girl that was killed in San Francisco. What are your views of that particular law, of the law that's proposed by Bill O'Reilly?
I fully support it. Yeah. What we need to do is just enforce the laws that are on the books. You and I have to follow the law, and there's consequences for American citizens. Yet what's turned up on its head right now is the fact that all immigration law, with a wave of the president's hand, are now null and void. There are no consequences. This is why we have illegals that we continue to arrest in my county that have been deported 8 times, 15 times, heck, even 20 times. And this is why they're emboldened. So last year they released 193 murderers, 400 plus convicted of sexual assault and rape, 300 plus convicted of kidnapping. These aren't American citizens I'm talking about. These are actual illegals who've been convicted of these crimes. The president's only defense is, these countries won't take them back. Well, force them to take them back. Deny their visas for their diplomats. Question foreign aid to these countries, and there's no excuse for allowing this to go on in our country.
Well, the president is not going to do what you suggested. I think you and I know that based on his track record. Is there anybody out there, any politician, that has the guts to do what you suggest?
Well, absolutely. The Congress needs to stand up and demand that these laws be enforced. Hold the president to his oath. You see great leaders like Trey Gowdy and Chairman Goodlatte in the House, and there's others in the Senate. Senator Sessions has been doing a great job, but we need to have the Congress stand up and demand that this president, who's swore an oath to faithfully execute the laws of the land, and he's failed to do that. He should be held accountable for this.
But the bottom line is, you're saying even if Congress was successful at banning sanctuary cities, that wouldn't be enough if we have a Justice Department that's not willing to get rid of these people.
Correct. The president himself, with Eric Holder, and now his new AG and Secretary Johnson, have literally handcuffed federal law enforcement. And in fact, they sued, and the Supreme Court has ruled that local, county, state law enforcement can't have anything to do with immigration enforcement anymore. So this whole idea of sanctuary cities and that there's pockets of a lack of enforcement, heck, it's the entire country. And that's where it's going to get worse and worse.
Sheriff Paul Babeu, always a pleasure to see you, Sheriff. Thank you very much for coming on today.
Good to see you, David.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.